Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Mohamad bin Masida, and today I would like to talk about introduction of contract management. Contract is a pledge or collection of commitments that will be enforced by law. Construction contract generally are standard forms, modified standard forms, or bespoke forms that use. And next is contract management is the process of managing contracts that are made as part of the delivery of a constructed asset. It entails the parties to a contract developing, analyzing and executing contracts to maximize operational and financial performance while minimizing risk.
Next, my name is Roshan Mimi Afrika. For overview current scenario, in order to contain the COVID-19 outbreak, the Malaysian government implemented the Movement Control Order (MCO) on March 18, 2020, followed by the Conditional Movement Control Order (CMCO) and the Recovery Movement Control Order (RMCO). The MCO has had an impact on the performance of non-essential tasks such as those at project and construction sites where workers are required to stop working during the relevant period.
My name is Wan Muhammad Azham Fikri bin Wan Ismail. Mitigation, as referred to Laws of Nature Act 829, temporary measures for reducing the impact of coronavirus disease 2019 Act 2020 under Part 2 Section 7 stated that the inability of any party involved to perform any binding contract emerging from any of the categories of contract listed in the schedule to this part due to the measure prescribed, made or taken under the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988, Act 342, to control the spread of COVID-19 shall not prevent the other party or parties from exercising the contractual rights. PAM 2018 Standard Form of Contract Clause 23.0 stated that the contractor is granted or allowed to apply for an extension of time due to work delay beyond the completion date by any of the relevant event, as provided in PWD 203A 2010 Standard Form of Contract Clause 15.8.0. The contract shall give the written notice on the causes of delay beyond the date of completion to the superintendent officer due to the first major event.
My name is Mohamad bin Samsudin, and I will present the summarization of case study. This case study aims to explore the outcomes of movement control the MCO toward project success in construction industry. This research was chosen at random based on contractor listing on the Malaysian Construction Industries Development Board website. It was held in Klang Valley and Penang, Malaysia. The results from the obtained data and responses were listed out into following main impacts. First, additional time for project delivery. Second, safety. Third, regulation compliance. Fourth, increase in development costs. Fifth, limited human resources supplies. And sixth, limited resources availability on the site. These finding results show that it is critical for the government to guarantee their understanding of MCO effect on construction industry and assist construction participants in overcoming the 6 problems stated in this case study.
Contract prolongation. Under any typical standard form of contract, first measure will usually result in a contract prolongation, which the contractor needs to apply for extension of time for a delay caused by the pandemic rather than compensation for costs such as contractors liquidated and ascertained damages (LAD) for delays in construction work caused by the COVID-19.
As Assalamualaikum, I'm Nur Haulat binti Ahmad Fikri. Next, moving to the extension of time. PAM form. Within 28 days of the initial stages of the project, the contractor must notify the architect of its intent to claim EOT and the cost of the delay, clause 23.1a and 23.1b. Next, PWD form. When an event of force majeure prevents a party from carrying out its obligation under the contract, it must immediately notify the other party of the occurrence. Clause 43.1.
For the loss and expenses, PWD form, contractors are not entitled to claim for any losses or expenses arising from force majeure events. And for clause 44.1 in PW form, the government will not be liable for any losses and expenses due to the implementation of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is beyond the government's control. And for the PAM form, in clauses 24.1 provides for the right to claim for costs if the progress of the works is affected by the events listed, which is list does not include force majeure in the PAM form. Based on the case study chosen, the company loss and expenses highlighted on time, cost, human resource, and resource availability in the market as well on site. For the delays, one of the impacts of COVID-19 pandemic on construction contract management is delay on handovering the project due to delay in material supplying, changing in work breakdown, as well as rescheduling the project timeline because of the time lapse during the MCO period.
Liquidated damages. A contractor's contractual obligation is to consistently and diligently carry out and complete the construction job in line with the contract within the stated time frame. Contractors that fail to complete their job on time, and in cases where an extension of time has not been granted, are subject to liquidated damages and other relevant costs, or the contract can be terminated if this is not possible. There are many examples of successful MCO claims by contractors who had their projects halted and all site activities stopped.